And hello, all. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Fierce Review. This is Lala Madness, and you know where to reach me at on all social media platforms at Lala Madness, as well as YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Apple, and Google stores as far as podcasts, and to view the actual full length video. And also, you can reach me on Instagram at Lala Madness _official, and email address is lmfiercereview@gmail.com. And in this episode, we'll actually be doing an update to the Eminem and Nick Cannon beef that has been going on for about a week or so now. I did post a previous video. You guys can watch that to pretty much see what happened in the last one. However, in this one, I'll just be giving pretty much more details and information related to that, as well as what Spanky Hayes, who actually works with Nick Cannon at Wild 'N Out, had to say as well, because he just did an interview with Comedy Hype. So you guys can check that out to see the full story on what he said. However, Spanky says that he pretty much knows exactly how the beef started. And he said he told Nick Cannon that he could possibly get Eminem on the show before the show even started, or pretty much before Wild 'N Out even became popular or started, before their first airing, which we know was years ago. So, like I said in my initial video, this beef is very old. It's not something that's new. And so there you have it. Now, he said that if he could produce a video, or produce rather Eminem to come on to Wild 'N Out, that Nick Cannon would give him a raise, or there will be extra coins involved for him being able to produce Eminem for the show. So he said he was like, okay, cool. You know, he took the Wild 'N Out demo, went to a video shoot that Eminem had, of course, back in the day when it's all started, and they watched the demo on the tour bus. So he asked Eminem if he thought that that would be something that he could be on, if he could be on the show or come on and do an episode. And before Eminem, get this, before Eminem could actually answer, his manager at the time, who was Paul Rosenberg, said, "We ain't doing no shit like that. Fuck Nick Cannon." Now, keep in mind, like I mentioned, Eminem has never ever responded, nor, gave his point on whether he was going to come on a video or not. Okay, I mean, come and do the video or not, as far as Wild 'N Out. So it was his manager that responded and answered for him. Okay, so we still don't have any words from him as far as his take on it at that time. So Spanky actually came back. Spanky Hayes, that did the interview, said that he came back and he told Nick Cannon pretty much what happened. And the plan didn't work. That pretty much him going to try to get Eminem to come in to do Wild 'N Out did not work due to what the manager had said, and the manager shot it down. He said that it wasn't so much due to Nick Cannon itself, it was due to the aspect of the show, or what the show entailed itself. Nothing to do with Nick personally. So he was trying to protect his artist at the time, as far as Eminem's image and what he was and was not going to do as far as extra stuff. So, Spanky said he did get mad at Paul Rosenberg, though, while they were there, at that time when he shot the idea down. And he told him that he was, quote, the white Suge Knight, and we trying to do some shit here and make some money. So he was a little upset at the fact that his idea got shot down. Plus, there was his coins involved, because, he would have got that extra check for being able to bring Eminem on, which he just knew he was going to be able to do, but that didn't work out. So keep in mind, like I said, Eminem never did say that he was not going to come on the show. So this is what my personal opinion is of the lyrics that's in the reference, that he references to in the diss song that he did with Fat Joe, and Mary J. Blige and a host of other people, when he said that he would get his balls chopped off before he lose to you, Nick, or something in reference to that. That means, I'm not coming on the show. Like, I wouldn't lose to you on your show. That could be, he could be referencing many other things, as far as he wouldn't lose to them in this whole little situation here as well. However, he definitely, in my opinion, made it a point to let him know that he would basically do anything before he lost to him on the show. Now, you can give your opinion as well. Let me know in the comments if you think that he meant something else. But being that this has been an ongoing beef, and this is something that's been going on before you guys even knew it was going on, before Wild 'N Out even aired, really. That's my opinion, like I said. So now he said that the second issue, because there's obviously, in his opinion, three issues, and when this all kept going on. So issue number 2 was when he married Mariah and he took a 4-year break from Wild 'N Out. Now he said everyone was pretty much starving because Wild 'N Out did take a little hiatus for a minute, and that was during the time that Nick and Mariah got married. So he took some time off, and Spanky was saying that during that time everyone was kind of hungry. They needed to eat, which they needed that money, and they was missing out on, opportunities that they could have either been getting extra endorsements from, or other work they could have been doing while they were hot at the time working for Wild 'N Out, or whatever little money Wild 'N Out could have possibly been giving them. So he said that nobody was feeling that at the time as far as the hiatus, and that then after that, 4 years later, the show resumed. So now they began dissing each other on the album Relapse, which that's Eminem's album that came out in May of 2009, which obviously is 10 years ago. So this is 2019, the end of it anyway, but it's still 2019. So obviously if Eminem's Relapse album came out in May 2009, which is 10 years ago from now, this beef was obviously going on before that, because Wild 'N Out had already been airing and took his little hiatus, okay, and came back. So now the third time, which is now, was because of the T.I. interview that when he said that Eminem can catch those hands. So he basically, Nick Cannon, reignited the beef that had been going on for the longest. When people think that Eminem, because I've been seeing it and hearing it all over the place, where people are assuming that Eminem just came and did it himself. Like I said in my previous video that you guys can watch, that Nick Cannon went on to T.I.'s show and did and made that statement that Eminem can catch these hands. So that was on him, and then Eminem responded with the song. So okay, so the interviewer now that did the interview for the Comedy Hype interview with Spanky Hayes, mentioned that people don't think Nick Cannon's diss tracks sound that great, and Spanky replied, that's because he's an angry rich guy, and if he had been a poor angry guy, it would have sounded dope. But nobody wants to hear a rich angry guy. Like, what are you mad for? Because somebody wouldn't come on your show? Exactly. That's pretty much where it all boiled down to. And I guess his feelings was hurt, or he was butthurt about it. So at the end of the day, that's what it pretty much all boils down to, the fact that he never came on his show. Eminem never did show up, whether his manager said so or not at the time. It's been 10 plus years later, and he still has not showed up on your show after your hiatus, and you came back and all that. Nothing still has popped off, happened, and you are basically a non-factor on Eminem's list of things to do. So now another tidbit is the fact that Obi Trice, he actually released a song dissing Nick Cannon, and he actually named it Spanky Hayes. You guys can check that out. It actually was released a few days ago, and he had some things to say in defense of Eminem to Nick Cannon, and like I said, the song called Spanky Hayes. So he named it Spanky Hayes, who was the guy that I mentioned is doing the video, and also the guy that works for Nick Cannon on Wild 'N Out, that did the interview rather. So Spanky said that he was actually with Nick Cannon when he got the call, or got the message rather, saying, come and check out the video. So he called Obi Trice. Obi Trice told him, oh yeah, I named it Spanky Hayes. So he was like, took it as, why you dissing me? He told him, no, I'm not dissing you. I just named it you after you. So he took it as a compliment, even though it was dissing his boss or his employer, which I found to be very, very funny. And he said Nick Cannon was pretty much close to him, so he took it upon himself to let him know and show him, hey, look, this is what happened, and it's a song that was done about you, basically in my name. And all he said was Nick Cannon responded, oh, you lit, which this had to be a couple of days ago when the song first came out, because it's only been out maybe 3 to 5 days. So all this is happening pretty fast, like I mentioned. However, in that aspect, For Nick Cannon to hype everything up so bad and all you have to say is, oh, you lit, when somebody else besides Eminem responds, then, I mean, okay. Now, Obi said that he didn't know if he was still making money with Nick. And the killer part is that I found interesting is that Spanky said he replied, oh, I just started. So you just started making money with him, or you just started, it couldn't have been that he just started working with him, guys, because clearly he's been working with him since the beginning of Wild 'N Out years ago when it first came out. And like I said in my previous video, there has been several comments about how Nick don't pay and blah, 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 blah. So I don't know what he meant by that when he replied, I just started, like he just started making money. I mean, Nick got a bigger budget this year. I don't know what that means. Maybe you guys know what that means. Let me know. But he just started making money, so he says. Anyway. Now, Spanky said that this time, though, he thinks that Nick Cannon went too far, calling Eminem a white supremacist and bringing other people into it. And a bunch of other things that he said in the video, or in the diss song that he actually made a video out of with the whole Wild 'N Out crew running around like a bunch of kids. However, he said what he said, that he think he has taken it too far. Okay. Now, he said that he's on Eminem's side because Spanky Hayes is from Detroit and so is Eminem. But he works with Nick Cannon and he won't let anything happen to him that's within his power. I found that to be very, like, you know, take the hint, take the context clues. It's only so much that he as one person is going to be able to do, because once you have so many people gunning for you, it's nothing that him as one person is going to be able to do to stop everybody from coming for you. And I guess he meant as far as him being hurt, he's going to try to make sure that nothing happens to him in that aspect. However, he said within his power, because he know his power ain't that great when it comes to what somebody else want to do as a grown up. We know that. It's only so much you can stop. Okay. So now, fast forward to now, we went over the interview. We've actually discussed the Obi Trice disc record that came out as well. Now, on Thursday, December 13th, Nick Cannon announces on Twitter that he won the battle. So he self-proclaimed himself as the winner of this beef. I don't know, you know, when they start doing that, or is that a thing? You know, people actually can say, hey, I won. Like, usually it's supposed to be a judge in the middle, and I would take that judge to be the general public that has said that the diss track was trash. And me, myself, has said that you incorporated a bunch of people that is on your payroll to do this diss track with you. 2 of them. Okay, so I don't know who told him he won, but apparently in his mind, he thinks he won because Eminem didn't really respond or give 2 shits about the situation. But we don't know that yet. Like I said, I believe Eminem is going to come back at a later time, just like how he did on that track there. They got him all, got his feathers ruffled right now. So, which he stated in a tweet, Nick Cannon did, at Eminem, I won. And this has been fun. Now back to your regularly scheduled programs. Now, Nick claimed that Eminem's chauffeur had footage of him engaging in oral sex with a man. Eminem actually responded to that because, first of all, that little shit that he talking about, you want me to come on the show when you invite me to this, and you want me to, he been inviting his ass to it since early 2000 apparently, and Eminem ain't showed up yet when you keep inviting somebody to that damn show to watch you get trashed. He ain't came yet, and he probably don't plan on coming still. So now he's resulted to these tweets about this supposed to be footage of Eminem engaging in an oral sexual act. Now, Eminem actually replied to that and said, you mad, bro? Stop lying on my dick. I never even had a show for you, bougie fuck. And then he added, I demand an apology, Nicholas. You made my gardener so jealous. So Nick replied, fuck apologies, pull up, bring your gardener show for your male nurse and whoever else you fucking. So he's still talking about pull up to this damn show. And I don't think that he gets it, or he must be missing a couple things up there for him to not get that Eminem is not giving 2 shits about coming on your show, and he's probably not. And if he does, that will just shut down Wild 'N Out, and then Nick Cannon will be out of business then at that point. But I don't think so, considering the fact that that won't be the first time that he's lost to somebody on that stage, because like I said on Wild 'N Out, he does not always win, and he gets stuck a lot of times, and he don't have shit to say because he's not a fucking rapper. let alone a battle rapper. So I think, like I said, he's incorporating what Eminem does into something he think he can pull off, and basically to get the ratings and things of that nature. And I don't know if he's using this to try to get ready to step into the rap industry, but if he is, he's making a lot of enemies like going in, and I don't think that would be a smart idea for him to do. I just can't figure out what is the purpose of this, period, right now. I mean, anywho. Now, Nick Cannon has since issued an invitation to 50 Cent to come on Wild 'N Out as well. So since he couldn't get Eminem, he decided to try for 50 to see if 50 would come. After 50 posted a pic of Nick Cannon with a blue bikini top, laying across the stage in a blue bikini top. I did see it. It was hilarious, and I thought it was cute. Okay. So nobody cares about my diss record. No, nobody cares. LOL. That's what he put in the caption as far as at the bottom, saying that's what Nick would be saying. So nobody cares about my diss record laid out in your little bikini on the stage. Stomach all out and everything. Little navel showing, all that. So, and Eminem will, and 50 Cent will reply, no, nobody cares. LOL. So now, I don't know if 50 Cent is going to actually accept the invitation, because I don't think, Nick Cannon understands that some people are street people, and then some people are industry people that's doing it for the looks, the likes, the whatever have you, which is what Nick Cannon is doing. However, 50 Cent kind of ain't doing that. He's already been shot, what, 6, 9 times, whatever, however many times he's been shot. Them two different playing fields. That's not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? If somebody come and pop up on that stage and get ready to bust him in the mouth, he gonna be trying to call the police and press charges. That's the type that I feel like he is, and I feel like he should not be inviting people that's really probably about that life or with that action. Okay. Because you mad that he posted you in a bikini. I'm just saying, some things you just gotta let go, bro. Just let it go, because that's not a situation you gonna win. Okay. Now, I also gathered the fact that Suge Knight's son, Suge Knight, who's in prison right now, who did the little speaking part on one of Nick Cannon's tracks that called Eminem a bitch and had a whole bunch to say, but I mentioned in my previous video as well that I don't know what the hell Suge Knight's purpose was of doing that, because he can't help nobody nor do nothing but speaking to the mic from the jail cell or on, their little 10-minute break or whatever have you. Now, Suge Knight's son, I don't know whether you people have heard of him or not, or know of him, because he's pretty much famous for absolutely nothing. Haven't seen or heard. I've heard of him like in some controversial things, which that's what he pops up in, trying to make a statement and some things that has nothing to do with him, because he's trying to make some things about him, which those are people that I call crowd chasers, that's looking for the fame in a situation that's not even theirs to begin with. Anywho, and I don't care how he felt about it. If you watch this video, that's how I feel about it. Nobody knows you besides being Suge Knight's son. And you got to use the name Suge Knight on all of your social media in order to be known as Suge Knight's son. It's not like you got your own name so people go, oh yeah, that's such and such, Suge Knight's son. No, you just, your shit say Suge Knight, like you him or something. Okay, so we gonna move along on that. So now, he claimed that he was putting out a diss track in reference to Eminem on Nick Cannon's side, I guess, because he was going, but no, get his little 5 minutes of fame. But no one pretty much waited for that, because nobody probably even heard about it, or gave a damn. Okay, and then he comes back and posts, he recanted that and said that it's so disrespectful that he will not be putting it out. And he wrote, quote, I know the fans want it, but sometimes us celebrities have to stay in control of the situation. It was fun, though. Where is the celebrity in the situation besides Nick Cannon and Eminem? And like I said, Nick Cannon is a celebrity from Disney. And then now he hosting The Masked Singer or whatever. And then he got cut off from hosting something else. And then, Wild 'N Out left and came back. So he's like a host, I guess. He been a host. And he did a couple movies, like them little corny movies. Drumline was good, but that's because it was other people. And that was in his younger days when he still had that Disney spark in him. at the end of the day, I'm trying to figure out how is it that, but sometimes us celebrities have to stay in control of the situation. What celebrity are you talking about? And are you speaking of the situation that's not yours, Little Suge Knight? I don't know. Help me understand. I have no clue what he is talking about. But like I said, in this case, I feel like he just opened his mouth to act like he was going to put out a diss track. Now you claim it's so disrespectful you not putting it out. But nobody gave a damn about you about to put it out anyway, because had he put that out, somebody probably, his daddy probably called him and said, look here. Now I heard you about to put this track out because, and I don't think you should do that because that's going to ignite some shit. And then he's going to, or somebody that was being a friend. It may not have been his daddy, but it was somebody that was being a friend to his ass that told him, this is not your, I ain't heard him rap. I haven't heard a track that he did. I haven't heard him rap. I haven't heard his style of rap. That's because he's obviously not hot enough for me to hear. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all have heard him and know what he does or who he is besides Suge Knight's son. However, somebody was being a friend and told him don't do that. Because you see what happened when the roster of dudes came forward and said that they don't have a problem with jumping on the track and killing Nick Cannon ass on the track. Therefore, the same thing will possibly happen to you that nobody even knows. Because, I mean, yeah, he ain't earned no stripes in the game. He has nothing of that nature to be talking about he a celebrity. He may be a celebrity's son, and his daddy was only so much of a celebrity back in the day because, I mean, we're not going to go into Suge Knight's history, but we know what that was about. I mean, he ran a record label, but his way of running it, that's his business. I ain't going to get into that because that's on him. However, at the end of the day, I want to know who Suge Knight's son is supposed to be putting out a diss track that then now you're not. And then now celebrities have to stay in control of the situation. I want to know what situation he talking about. Is it a situation he created? This is he talking about this current situation that doesn't even involve his father, but his father involved himself? Or is he talking about the Eminem? And like it's a whole bunch of situations going on in one situation. Okay, so at the end of the day, that is all I have on the Eminem and Nick Cannon update as far as what has been transpiring here as of lately. And also that I spoke about the Spanky Hayes from Wild 'N Out interview that he did with Comedy Hype. However, I don't want to make this too long. So leave your comments, thoughts, all that. Watch the full video on YouTube as well. And also it'll be available on podcast a little later on. And you know where to reach me at Lala Madness on all social media platforms, and lmfiercereview@gmail.com for any business inquiries or questions. And also comment. All right. Yeah.